suddenly couldn't see.
Brian? Ma? Ma! I can't see!
A matter of life and death.
Urgent. Child with brain injury. Condition critical.
Dr. Quinn, medicine woman, tonight at 6:30 on Scottish.
In Britain today, 1 child in 5,000 is born with a problem affecting an arm, hand or part of a hand. In Scotland, a branch of REACH exists to help and support the families of these children and raise awareness of the treatments available. At the branch meetings, parents and children can meet, share experiences, problems, successes and ideas. If you have a child with an upper limb deficiency and would like more information, telephone 041 639 2616 or write to REACH, Action 2000, Box 2000, Glasgow.
Arlie's just had 6 tuplets.
Oh, ow.
An ad man's dream.
I am talking watching them grow.
Their first day at school.
First kiss.
The first chalk ice.
First Easter egg.
A promoter's ticket.
These are children, Petra. Don't think I haven't assessed the need for taste and subtlety. I could get you 6 mini strips, complimentary, straight off, statement of intent.
A mother's dilemma.
I moved on. You've just altered.
Frank Stubbs, Monday at 9 on Scottish.
Square meals, that's what you get from this kitchen every weekday. They're healthy, cheap, tasty and attractive. They're square meals, weekdays at 11:50 here on Scottish.
Bang. It's murder.
Which means?
Suspense and intrigue.
That's right.
Wycliffe, tonight at 8 on Scottish.
Good evening, and now the Scottish news. Police in the Barrhead area of Glasgow have called off an armed search for a man who threatened an officer with a gun in the early hours of this morning. Although the search has now been stepped down, police are appealing for witnesses. Daryl McCruden reports.
Constable Tracy Harkins and a colleague were on routine patrol around 10 to 3 this morning when they responded to a reported housebreaking in the Gateside area of the town after a neighbour called the police.
I heard glass breaking this morning. I wakened my husband and we looked out. We couldn't see anything at the time. We went back to our bed. 5 minutes later we heard it again. We realised it was coming from the house down here.
When police arrived, Constable Harkins was threatened by a man brandishing a gun. He chased her a short distance before disappearing. No shots were fired and no one was hurt. Part of the town was sealed off in the search that followed, involving the Armed Response Unit and a police helicopter. However, they failed to trace the man.
Further inquiries have to be made regarding the identity of the man. These matters will be dealt with by the local officers at Barrhead.
The incident's taken place just days after a warning from Strathclyde Chief Constable Leslie Sharp, who said the routine arming of police could become inevitable because of the rising number of attacks on officers.
Detectives in Devon hunting the killer of Sandra Parkinson are carrying out a fingertip search of the cliff-top path she took before she died. They've cleared 10,000 square feet of undergrowth around the murder scene in a search for forensic clues. Roadblocks over the weekend have delayed motorists in and out of the town as police try to uncover vital clues. Meanwhile, Cunningham South MP Brian Donohoe has rounded on a newspaper which printed topless photographs yesterday of the 22-year-old. He says it was tasteless and disgusting. 2 of Sandra's brothers also slammed the publication of the photographs. A 17-year-old youth is in a serious condition in hospital after he was stabbed in the back last night in Cambuslang near Glasgow. The incident happened at about 11:30. Gary Walker from the Rutherglen area of the city was taken to Hairmars Hospital in East Kilbride, where his condition is said to be serious but stable. Flights from Scottish airports to Spanish resorts are continuing to run into delays as a strike by French air traffic controllers goes into its final day. Flights from Glasgow Airport to Palma, Malaga and Reus are all several hours behind schedule, and passengers due to fly from Edinburgh to Tenerife are facing a delay of at least 6 hours. Airport authorities say they have contingency plans to deal with the delays. The strike is expected to end at midnight tonight, although it's thought that further action may follow. Jim Baxter is in a stable condition in hospital after his liver transplant yesterday. The former Scotland and Rangers star, who was capped 34 times, has been ill for about 2 years. The 55-year-old is said to be stable and well in Edinburgh Royal Infirmary's intensive care unit after the 8-hour operation. And that's it from the weekend team. Our breakfast news service starts at 5:25 tomorrow morning with all the latest, and there'll be regular updates throughout GMTV. In the meantime, from all of us here on the weekend team, do have a very good night. Bye-bye.
Good evening, and let's take a look at the weather for the remainder of Sunday and the start of the working week. Tonight, the heavy rain and thunderstorms over parts of central and eastern Scotland will clear away eastwards this evening, leaving only a little patchy light rain in places, especially in the west. It'll turn misty with patchy fog in low-lying parts later in the night. There's a mild and rather humid night in store, with temperatures falling to around 12 or 13 degrees Celsius. That's the mid-50s Fahrenheit. Winds will be light. Tomorrow, patchy fog will thin and clear, leaving a bright morning with a little sunshine in places. The west, though, will turn cloudy by midday. This will be followed by more rain, reaching the west coast in the early afternoon and spreading to all parts by evening. Again, some heavy rain is likely, but drier, clearer weather will return to western Scotland by the evening. Monday, though, will still be quite warm, with temperatures in the west reaching 17 Celsius, that's 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Most other places will get up to 20 Celsius, that's 68 Fahrenheit. A fresh southwesterly wind will develop, with gales on the west coast later. So that's it from me. Here's a summary. Do have a very good night.
World Cup '94 was a hit-and-miss affair, but are penalties the best way to get a result? Now the party's over, it's time to remember the stars and the stripes. Is football really more important than life and death? Sport in Question returns with a new series that gives you the chance to make your views known. Join Archie McPherson for kick-off this Monday at 10:30.
Well, in 10 minutes here on Scottish, Jane Seymour is Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, facing the most difficult challenge of her career. That's at 6:30. Now, though, on Scottish, it's time to join Nicholas Owen at ITN for tonight's national and international news.
Hello. American planes began airdropping food to the Rwandan refugee camps in Zaire this afternoon. 15,000 refugees are said to be dying each day.